Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Christian with the speech, Let Go. Let go, Christian.
So I jumped off a bridge. On the 2nd of February 2014, I went up the Soweto Orlando Towers and then I jumped off. How many here are familiar with the Soweto Orlando Towers? I jumped off. Why did I do such a stupid thing? When I was 5 years old, we used to live in a house close to the airport. And on a daily basis, I used to see airplanes fly by. And I used to look up the sky and wonder, where are they going? Who's flying those planes? And what's the exact destination? And why can't I fly it? And I used to think to myself, I wonder what kind of exotic places these planes are going to. Perhaps it's Japan, Tokyo, San Francisco, Milan, Italy, or Harare, Zimbabwe. So I decided I was going to be a pilot. But my dream to be a pilot got cut very quickly, because I found out when I was 13 years old that I was afraid of heights. My fear of heights was so bad that even standing on a chair gets very tricky. And then so my dream died, my dream of being a pilot. Fast forward many years later, 2013, I'm doing my morning run, it's summer, trying to get into shape. I'm thinking, I'm meditating, thinking about my career, the future. Do I like my job? Should I stay there? Where should I go? Should I study? You know the things you think about in meditation. And as I was running, it hit me. Wait a minute. Who is this? What are we doing here? Wasn't I meant to be a pilot? What happened to the dream of being a pilot? Whose life is this? At that moment, I realized that my fear of heights had robbed me of a dream. And I decided that I was going to challenge myself and conquer my fear of heights. And that is why I jumped off the Orlando Towers. To do this, I got a group of friends together. You know those close friends, you always do things and they support you no matter what? I got those guys, and we went to Soweto. But you know, when you get to that place and you look at those foreboding towers, so high and intimidating, I thought I was going to turn back and quit. But like I mentioned, you know those friends who love you so much and will never let it go? With my hands trembling, voice shaking, I decided, let's do this. Put on a brave face, put your big boy pants on, and do it. So they rammed all of us, about 8, into the cage, which they call an elevator. And those of you who've been there, you've seen this cage or elevator. They shut it, and it starts going up. And I'm thinking to myself, oh no. Then I thought of a master plan. You know, I'm a gentleman. Women and children can go first. So in the elevator, I stepped back a little bit. There was a little girl, an American tourist, about 8, here in front. So that I could see what happens when they jump. It was my first jump. So you can't just go and jump. You want to see. So you can prepare yourself. We got to the top. And then the jumping instructor came through. He opened the cage, looked around. Hey, that's it. Big man, you're going first. Okay, first of all, that's it. Man, I walked out of that elevator. Then I looked at the swaying, rickety rope bridge. It was so high up, I could hear the wind whistling in my ear. Then I started walking. And I kept saying to myself, just smile. Just smile. they're taking pictures. You know, Instagram. And then as I was walking there and I was thinking to myself, is it too late to turn back? Why am I doing this? If I turn back, I won't be the first. They're not going to judge me. And I looked back and I saw the 8-year-old girl getting raped. Can't turn back now. I got to the edge and the guy said, we'll count down from 3 to 0. He said 3, 2. I felt a nudge. I jumped. And it was awesome. It was exhilarating. I felt alive. I felt like I was flying. I felt free. I felt like I left all my fears at the top of that bridge. I felt like I was just floating. And I thought to myself, why haven't I done this all along? On that day, that was the first lesson that I learned. I learned that the fear that stopped me from being a pilot was not real. It was all in my head. It had nothing to do with the heights. It had everything to do with me. A few days later, they give you a DVD with the pictures. I'm smiling on the DVD, of course. And then I noticed something. And this was my second lesson. On the bridge, as I was walking to jump, I was smiling, but my left hand was holding onto the rope. The second picture, I was holding on my right hand. At the edge, I was still holding on. And then I thought to myself, what was I holding on for? I was scared. That's what I was holding on for. I was trying to tell my mind that everything is okay. But I thought about it later. If the bridge had collapsed, was holding on going to save me? No. I looked at the picture next. As I jumped, I was like, I was still holding on to thin air. Even in the air, I saw the picture, I was still holding on. I was trying to tell my mind, it's okay, we are holding on. We haven't let go. But I had let go. If the rope is snapped, what was going to happen? Splat. Holding on to thin air wasn't going to save me. If the rope snaps, you're not going to magically. Because I was holding on so tight, I failed to enjoy the jump to its fullest extent. I failed to live in that moment of the jump. I was holding on and afraid of dying, afraid of heights, thinking too much about what's going to happen, as opposed to just enjoying the jump. And this is something that happens to us in life. We hold on to a lot of things. We hold on to dead-end jobs for the fear of the sheriff. We hold on to relationships for the fear of loneliness. We hold on to the past for the fear of forgiveness or moving forward. But we hold on, we don't let go. You know what fear is in the dictionary? They say that fear is an emotion that exists. It definitely exists. But fear is an emotion that exists whether or not the threat exists. It could be imaginary, it could be real. My fear of heights was imaginary, and I let that fear stop me from conquering my dreams. An imaginary fear. The great actor, Vin Diesel. He once said that fear is the one thing that will be chasing you down and standing in the way of your dreams. Hence, great. Now, I want to ask you this evening, take a moment, just take a moment to think about your life's visions, dreams, your ambitions, what you want, your goals. Most of us here might have a vision board. Just take a moment to imagine that vision board. Ferrari, yacht, Milan. answer. Imagine that vision. Imagine that vision, what you want. Now think of the things that are stopping you, the things that are in your way from getting that vision to fruition. What is standing in your way? But now think of all those visions, the desires that you have, the threats. Perhaps Jay-Z. Are they real? Or imagined? But ladies and gentlemen, this is something you need to think about in your own life. Perhaps in my case, the threat is real. But in your life, perhaps the threat is imaginary. It doesn't exist. The fear will be there anyway. And in this room today, I can guarantee you that there are dreams that are deferred, dreams that are waiting to be brought back to life, dead dreams that are just waiting for you to say, I'm going to let go. And do you know what I call dead dreams? I call them zombie dreams. Because they're dead, but not quite. You hear it every day. One day I want to start a business, but I want to keep my job. Is it dead or alive? One day I want to achieve this, but no, I'm scared because of this and that. There's a dream, but it's not there. It's a zombie dream. It's alive, but not quite. So today I urge you all to think about what's standing in your way. Is it real or imaginary? And I urge you to just